The Lexus RX, known for its luxury and reliability, has a strong reputation, but like any car, it's had its fair share of problems. From mechanical quirks to tech glitches, the Lexus RX hasn't been immune to problems that affect how drivers feel about this car. In this video, we'll take a look at these problems to be on the lookout for if you're considering buying one. Beware, because some of these can cost thousands of dollars to fix, pose potential safety issues, and might even have you rethinking the purchase altogether. If you enjoy automotive content and find this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. The Lexus RX, introduced in 1998, was one of the first luxury crossover SUVs and has since become a bestseller in Lexus's lineup. The first generation, made from 1998 to 2003, featured car-like unibody construction, which set it apart from more rugged SUVs like the Tahoe and Explorer of the time. The second generation, made from 2004 to 2009, brought a more refined design and the introduction of hybrid technology with the RX 400h. The third generation, produced from 2010 to 2015, continued to improve on luxury and performance, offering a more spacious interior and advanced features. The fourth generation, made from 2016 to 2022, showcased a bold new design with the distinctive Lexus spindle grille, enhanced safety features, and more advanced technology. The latest, fifth generation, starting in 2023, features new hybrid powertrains while discontinuing the V6. In this video, we'll focus on the most common problems with the RX over the past 15 years or so. Many Lexus RX350 drivers find the infotainment controller hard to use on some model years. The system has a touchpad or joystick-like interface that can be tricky to navigate, especially when you're driving, and there's no touchscreen depending on the year. You can pretty much forget about using it if you're on the highway or a bumpy road. Just imagine using a sensitive computer mouse as you're driving down the highway. The controls are too sensitive, making it tough to pick the right options or enter commands correctly. This can be really frustrating and distracting. On top of that, the menus are complicated, so even simple tasks like changing the radio station or setting a destination can be a hassle if they're not preset. While the system looks sleek, it's not very user-friendly, and a lot of people wish it were easier to use. Thankfully, most of the climate controls can be operated by physical buttons, so there's little need to use the controller. Suspension clunking issues in the Lexus RX 350s are a common complaint among owners, often manifesting as a noticeable noise when driving over bumps or uneven road surfaces. This clunking sound is typically caused by worn or damaged suspension components, such as struts, control arm bushings, sway bar links, or ball joints. Over time, these parts can degrade due to normal wear and tear, leading to looseness and noise. In some cases, the issue might also stem from improperly installed or defective parts. The clunking not only affects ride comfort, but can also indicate potential safety concerns if left unaddressed. Regular suspension inspections and timely replacement of worn components are essential to maintain the vehicle's handling and ensure a smooth, quiet ride. If clunking noises are noticed, it's important to have the suspension system checked and repaired professionally to prevent further damage and potential safety concerns. Oil leaks are a frequent issue in the Lexus RX 350, often caused by not enough sealant. Oil leaks are a common issue in various Toyota and Lexus cars, including the Tundra. In order to fix these, the engine might need to be removed, which can be a very costly repair. Common culprits include the valve cover gaskets, oil pan gaskets, and the oil cooler line. Over time, these gaskets can deteriorate due to heat and age, leading to oil seepage. Signs of an oil leak include oil spots under the vehicle, a burning oil smell, and low oil levels. Left unchecked, oil leaks can lead to engine damage due to insufficient lubrication. Regular maintenance, like inspecting and replacing worn gaskets and hoses, is crucial to preventing oil leaks and ensuring the engine's longevity. If an oil leak is detected, it's important to address it promptly to avoid more serious engine problems. Lexus RX 350 owners have often complained about annoying noises coming from the sunroof. This noise, usually a rattle or creaking sound, is especially noticeable when driving on bumpy roads or at higher speeds. It seems like the issue comes from the sunroof's mechanism or seals not being properly fitted or securely fastened, leading to vibrations and noises that interrupt the car's usually quiet ride. The noise can sometimes be reduced by keeping the sunroof shade shut, which seems to help with rigidity and keeping everything in place, as well as isolating the creaks and rattles. Lexus has been addressing these complaints by adjusting the sunroof parts, replacing faulty components, or improving the seals to help reduce the noise, but this is certainly not something you want to listen to in an upscale SUV. The Lexus RX350 has been known to have a jerky acceleration issue, which can be pretty annoying for drivers. This annoying problem usually happens when you're trying to speed up from a stop or driving at low speeds. Instead of a smooth acceleration, the car hesitates for a moment and then suddenly jumps forward. This can make the ride feel jumpy and unpredictable. The root of the issue is often linked to the car's transmission or the engine's control software not working perfectly together. This not only makes the drive less enjoyable, but also raises some concerns about safety. Owners of the new Tundra have experienced a similar issue, where the truck has an unpredictable dead spot in the pedal in the same way that the RX does, with some owners reporting that it puts them in dangerous situations. Lexus has recognized these complaints and has sometimes provided software updates or other fixes to try and smooth out the ride. Some people say it worked for them, others say it worked for a little while, and others say it didn't work at all. It's more of a software or programming issue and shouldn't affect long-term reliability. Warped brake rotors is a common problem in the Lexus RX, causing vibrations and making braking less effective. This usually happens because the rotors get too hot, which can be due to hard braking, aggressive driving, towing heavy loads, but is most likely a result of poor quality components. When the brakes heat up, the rotors can become uneven, leading to a shaky feeling in the brake pedal or steering wheel. Issues like improper wheel lug torque or using cheap brake parts can make the problem worse. Warped rotors not only reduce the car's stopping power, but also wear out other brake components faster, not to mention the uncomfortable ride and shaking through the steering wheel. If your rotors do warp, you'll likely need to have them resurfaced or replaced to get your braking back to normal. To avoid this, consider using high-quality aftermarket pads and rotors that will last a long time and stand up to heavy braking. The Lexus RX has been known to experience problems with its door lock actuators, leading to a range of issues. Owners often report that the doors fail to lock or unlock using the remote key fob or interior switch, a symptom commonly caused by a failing actuator motor. Intermittent operation, where the locks sometimes respond and sometimes don't, can result from loose connections or partially failing actuators. Unusual noises, such as grinding or clicking when operating the locks, typically indicates worn or damaged gears inside the actuator. In some cases, actuators only partially engage, preventing doors from fully locking or unlocking. Complete failure of the actuator, resulting in no response at all, can stem from total electrical or mechanical breakdowns within the unit. These problems are often caused by wear and tear, electrical issues, environmental factors, or manufacturing defects. The most common fix is to replace the faulty actuator, which often requires removing the door panel and installing a new unit. One unit failing could indicate impending failure with the rest of the doors, so all of them should ideally be replaced at once. When looking for a used RX, make sure it's been serviced regularly. This doesn't mean just oil changes. You also need to be sure the other fluids have been changed, including the differential and transmission. Even though many car makers like to refer to the transmission as sealed with lifetime fluid, most mechanics would say that it's still a wise idea to change it every 60,000 miles or so. You can find out exactly which fluids need to be changed by checking the service manual for your specific model. Keep in mind that the service intervals recommended by Lexus are the longest you should wait before performing maintenance. With proper fluid changes, these cars will last basically forever. Older Lexus RX models have a timing belt instead of a chain, which needs to be replaced approximately every 100,000 miles. This can be a costly job, so it's important to check the specifics for your exact model. The Lexus RX does have some quirks and minor problems, but it's still probably the most reliable SUV in its class. The powertrains, at least the older V6s, have been practically bulletproof and are known to be one of, if not the longest-lasting engine in the world. Superior build quality makes this an excellent car if you care about reliable yet luxurious transportation. If you're in the market for one, keep an eye out for these problems. These problems cover a range of model years, so you should research problems specific to the exact model year you're considering. For most people, they're not deal breakers, just something to be aware of. Just be sure it's been well maintained, and you should have no problems going well past 200,000 miles.